Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cooking on Wheels. Today we will be making a crab and artichoke dip on little pieces of bread instead of toast. Let's get started. First you're going to want to prep all your veggies. So right here I have scallions and radishes. Grab a knife. So for scallions, you're just going to cut little edges off here. Up the side. And for this recipe, it says to cut them kind of in a diagonal so they're a little bit longer, which looks really, really pretty once you serve them. Because they're honestly a little bit more noticeable then too. So this is a really fun recipe that I've been waiting to try for like a month or two now. It's from a famous celebrity chef named Brooke Williamson, one of my all-time favorite chefs, and no, I'm not just saying that, that's the full truth. And so she just came out with a new cookbook back in, let's say it was November. And yeah, so she just came out with it, so of course I had to get a copy of it. And I absolutely love the recipes. They're all like fresh veggies and all that. She's a California-based chef, so a lot of her recipes are inspired by like having that type of like fresh produce available and all that stuff. So this is definitely one of those like fresh veggie and like fresh recipes like that. Set these aside for now. So now that we have all the scallions chopped up, they're going to be split kind of in half because they're for two separate components of the recipe. So we're going to put half in a bowl for now, and the rest are going to just be set aside in a pile. We'll get to those in a minute. Next, you're going to want to prep your radishes. I'll be completely honest, this is the first time I'm cooking with radishes. But I like them, I've tried them before. I've just never had the opportunity to cook with them myself. So I'm just gonna cut the edges off. And then you're just gonna wanna do kind of thin slices the best that you can. And this is gonna give the recipe a nice, bright, vibrant color when putting it all together at the end. Not the easiest to cut when I'm not very good at ripping small vegetables like that. Okay, do one more. Same thing, cut both ends off. This one's definitely cutting a little bit smoother. Okay. And so now we're going to get set up for the next step of the recipe. Okay, so now that we have all our veggies prepped, we're going to take that bowl that we put half of our scallions in, and basically just going to mix everything into the bowl for the dip. So I have some quartered artichoke hearts right here. Dump those in. About half a cup of mayo. Little under half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Couldn't find shredded jack cheese, so I used whole pieces that I broke up, but it's fine, it works. We're adding that in. Then we have it's supposed to be a handful of parsley. This is the original recipe at least. College dorm version is dried basil because couldn't find dried parsley surprisingly, but it's okay. And I also have a quarter of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes in here as well. Then I also have about 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I always mess up how to say it, but it's okay. And then I also have 1 package, I believe about 8 ounces of cream cheese. The crab I'm going to wait to add, but it's prepped here. And then need about 3 cloves of garlic. A little trick that I do, which I think I might have explained before, I usually buy garlic paste just because it's too difficult for me to be able to open and use like a garlic press, like to push like pieces of garlic cloves out of it. So it's easier for me to just use a paste like this. But yeah, so it's about 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil just to loosen things up a little bit. And then I'm just gonna mix everything together. Okay, we have it all mixed now. That took a lot of work to mix, but we're going to now add the crab and a little bit of lemon juice. So this is just plain lump crab meat. I actually have been finding it kind of in like cans, but it's fresh and like great ingredients, honestly. And it's a great way to be able to get crab year round. So I'm gonna mix that all together. And like I said, I added, it's about half a lemon right now. I'm gonna only add that, I'll taste it and then see if it needs more. But for now, I'm gonna mix it together. It looks so good so far. Nice and creamy. Then we're going to just add a pinch of salt and pepper. And again, mix one more time. I'm gonna make sure everything's really, really well combined here. Okay, so I'm just gonna taste a little bit to see if it needs anything else. I think it needs a little bit more lemon. Plus, lemon's always good. Never have too much. But it's nice and cheesy too. It's good. Definitely an arm workout for my hands, especially. Okay, so now that it's all mixed, we're going to set up for the next step. Okay, we're set up for our last 2 steps now. So I just have it's called a demi-baguette, which I just learned was a thing. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, basically just a small crusty piece of bread. So we're going to cut thin slices of that. And now you might have remembered at the beginning of the recipe, I had said that I was using kind of just bread instead of toast. Basically, the only difference, just these exact slices of bread can be toasted. You just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them. Cutting board is running away from me. You would just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on them. And you season a little bit of like flaky salt on it. Pop it in the oven for a few minutes. get it nice and toasted and golden brown. And then that way it would add like a little bit of a crunchy element. But again, this is a normal style recipe, meaning we did not have time to put bread in the oven for this. But that's okay. So it'll still be good because it's bread and cheese. It's the perfect combination. And do 2 more slices. Okay. Now we're gonna take our plate, just lay out all the slices. There's no really order to this, just however you'd like. I'm gonna try and plate them in a little circle. That. Now we're going to take the spatula, take a nice little scoop of our dip and just kind of smear it on. Get it kind of as smooth as possible. There's no process to it necessarily, just any way that, you know, makes it nice and full, makes it look good. I bet this would be so good on like a sandwich or even like a bagel or something like that, kind of like almost like a chicken salad or like tuna salad. But this is the much better, much more fun version of it, but still good either way. Speaking of bagels, actually, so I'm from New York, and of course bagels are famous there. That's like the home of the bagel. And I actually don't like bagels, which everybody who hears me say that thinks that I'm crazy for saying that, because how could I not like bagels from New York? But to me, it's just unnecessary. It's just bread. And I'd rather a thin slice of bread like these to be able to like fully taste the like filling, which in this case is this. So I'm gonna finish plating these up, and then I'll see you for the last step. Okay, this is our very last step, and it's basically just topping it and making it pretty. So remember those radishes and scallions that we chopped up before? You're just gonna lay a few slices of them. You can really do however you want, there's no process to this. Kind of just a cute little garnish, just add a pop of color and a little bit of like that nice like fresh crunch flavor to it. To fill in all the little gaps. Perfect. We're gonna sprinkle a few scallions on. Again, just as you please. Nothing too specific there. Still learning with my knife skills, so don't judge that they're a little rough. The way that these are cut, but it's okay, they work. And then we're going to just cut 1 lemon really quick, just to do like in the middle, just as an option, as something to use like just lemon wedge if anybody would like. Okay? Seeds. Simple, nothing crazy there. Same thing, just kind of plate them so that they're in the center there. And our very last step is to sprinkle a little bit of flaky salt and then a tiny drizzle of olive oil. But both are optional as well. And there you go. Here is our crab and artichoke dip on toast. Let's give it a taste, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. So good. I love that I added the lemon before. Definitely added some freshness. It's perfect. Hope you give this recipe a try, and make sure you try out Chef Brooke's other recipes too. Bye.